And coming into this matchup, this is the only fight on paper, odds maker wise, that is close. It's the only one. Bro, minus 110 a pop. This is a pick 'em. And if I go into ESPN right now and I go to see what are the odds, minus 110 a pop. The line has not moved. This, AJ, more than any of the other matchups, this is a striker versus a grappler contest. There's no other way you could break it down. Yes, does Rodolfo Vieira got a nice little check hook and nice little jab and a good right hand? Yeah, he does. But he's not Armen Petrosyan. He don't got the Muay Thai pedigree, you know what I mean, the real striking pedigree. But he does have a fantastic black belt pedigree, and he will choke anybody out in a matter of seconds if you give him the opportunity. AJ, why is this such a pick'em? Shouldn't the grappler inherently always have the advantage, or is that my jiu-jitsu bias coming in?
No, I don't think it's your jiu-jitsu bias, Derek. I do think technically the grappler does have a little bit more inherent value to them because they can survive in a multitude of situations. All they need is defense. They don't need any offense on the feet. You can just get by on defense and then take them to the ground and work that. Whereas Petrosyan, he gets taken down by Rodolfo Vieira. He's a fish out of water, man. He's struggling. He's over there. Don't get me wrong. He has ground game, but not like the black belt hunter Rodolfo Vieira, because that right there is a intangible that you can't really just knock into somebody. But what I think why this is a pick'em is because of the gas tank Rodolfo Vieira has presented in the vast majority of his fights, if not all of them. He gets real tired real fast, and he starts getting that 1,000-yard stare, and that's where Petrosyan can really put in some work. If he just drops him a couple of times, or puts a little sting on him a couple of times, backs out, goes back in, backs out, controls that distance, you're going to be looking, or Vieira's going to be looking at Petrosyan like a deer in headlights, wondering, what the hell is this guy throwing? I just need to grab him. And that's when hands are coming out. He's reaching for stuff. Boom. Uppercuts up the middle. Haymakers over the top. However, Petrosyan wants to get it done, even if it's one of his beautiful question mark kicks. Petrosyan can beat that guard and really put in the work. But I agree with you, Derek. This is kind of the classic, striker versus grappler, which makes it always an exciting fight.
And if you look at Armen Petrosyan, man, there's a lot to like here. Almost a flawless record in the UFC until he slipped up against none other than Caio Borralho, the guy we were just talking about, right? This is a dude who came in his second fight in the UFC, beat up RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez. I've been burned bad on him. So I was burned on Rodriguez, betting on Rodriguez when it was Petrosyan that won. I bet on Petrosyan when he got starched by Caio Borralho. And what does he do? He fights AJ Dobson, decision victory. Christian Duncan, decision victory. This is a guy who mauls people on the feet. He hurts you. Your body will be bruised. Your ribs will be bruised. Your legs will be cracked and all of that good stuff. And that's the path to victory against Rodolfo Vieira. But what worries me here, AJ, is legitimately Vieira, it only takes one. That's it. What does this mean to you in terms of the performance that he put on against Caio Borralho, where he did not get finished, AJ? He lost a decision, right? But Rodolfo Vieira goes for the finish. He does not hang out and just control you. He's the black belt hunter for a reason. This dude can finish the fight incredibly quickly, but you bring in stamina problems, conditioning problems. Does his finish have to come in the first round for him to be able to get it done? Or do you think that second, third round, doesn't matter, he gets the takedown, it's over?
No, I definitely think this has to be done in the first round and a half. That first 8 minutes of the fight, man. That first round and a half, that's where Vieira does his best work, where he's most explosive and able to see those little minute holes that Petrosyan's going to present and slip right in. If he gets anything past that, man, we've seen him breathe in deep, belly breaths, everything going against him, if you will, in that kind of fight. And for Petrosyan, because I expect this fight to be a lot like the Caio Borralho fight. The takedowns, the grappling, the getting up, and just continuously struggling to just gain an inch against Rodolfo Vieira. But the thing is, like you said, Derek, if you give this dude an inch, he's going to take the mile and snap your arm. That's the real deal thing about Vieira. So you got to be careful. I expect Petrosyan to kind of stay on his bike a little bit more, not necessarily engage, throw those kicks, throw the things that are at range just to keep Vieira just guessing, because you don't want to throw any unmasked kicks. You don't want to throw any leg kicks, because this guy's going to have the ability to catch them and get to your hips. Right there, that's what worries me the most, Derek, is how is Petrosyan going to be able to avoid just that first, like I said, 8 minutes of onslaught? Because we know Rodolfo Vieira is going to bring it. How do you think Petrosyan gets it done?
I think he needs to take the approach that I think the last fight we just talked about. Why am I blanking on homeboy's name? Who we just... AJ, help me out.
Caio Borralho versus Abus?
Magomedov. There we go. Long, rangy. Use your kicks. Teeps, man. Beat up that body. Because we saw one thing. Yeah, he gets tired, but you got to give him credit. Rodolfo Vieira doesn't really quit on himself. And that Chris Curtis fight, when Chris Curtis stuffed like 20 takedowns, well, guess what? It takes a lot of energy to shoot 20 takedowns, AJ. Like, it takes a lot of energy. And when you're getting hit in your liver, hit in your ribs, and all of that, man, your body's beat up and you're still moving forward. I think that Vieira does have a relentlessness in him that we don't give him credit for. But I do think that Armen Petrosyan, man, I mean, like I said, this dude pulverizes people. Like, it's bad when it comes down to that legitimate striking. So it's just a matter of beat up that body, kick to the body, kick to the body, kick to the legs, take out his stability, take out his base, and then, once he's too concerned there, kick him in the head. Get him out of there. You know what I mean? But do a lot of work with your hands, because Petrosyan can absolutely do that. So this is -110. A lot of risk right here, folks. This is a coin toss. And this is the thing. When it comes down to handicapping, AJ, what are the magic rules? It is strength of schedule, path to victory, technical prowess. There's a fourth intangible that nobody talks about, and it's luck. And when you find yourself in a pick'em, you better hope you're lucky. So we're rolling with Armen Petrosyan right here, AJ. But do you take $5, $10, and say, Rodolfo Vieira +190 submission, plus money submission? Might have to take it. What do you think?
Exactly what I was looking at. I'm surprised it's a plus money for Vieira on the submission, because that's his game plan. That's his path to victory right here. Absolutely. You got $10, shit, you got 20. You throw that on the +190 submission for sure. On the other end, Derek, I'm actually taking that decision for Petrosyan +265. I think that's his best way to get it done. We might see a knockout, but I don't think so. What about you?
Like I said, man, Rodolfo Vieira does not give up on himself. Only time that he did was the Fluffy Hernandez fight, and that's when he just said, all right, choke me. It's fine. Whatever, dude. Like, I'm done. You know what I mean? That's different, though. Unless Petrosyan is going to pull out a rear naked out of nowhere, I don't think he's going to give up in the knockout department. Give us Armen Petrosyan Bloody Water Podcast consensus pick at -110.